Well, I figured I'd just do another update video. This is end of February 2017. I believe my last video was in June of 2016, so it's about 7 months. And from the last video, I haven't really done much, at least in the back here, other than I got some parts right there. But I'm not sure, I can't remember what was in my last video, so when I post them you'll find out. But there has been some progress. I have got no fender, no hood, no fender on the other side. So yes, everything off the front end of the truck has been removed. I still haven't gotten anything out of the bed yet. So, with a mess of tools, fasteners that have been sitting there for the last 7 months. So, yeah, last time I actually worked on this truck was, actually, was June. I had gotten started at another job in July and really didn't have any money at the time to really continue coming down here to work on it. So, and now I don't work for that company because they spent all winter down at the great beach of the Great Salt Lake harvesting brine shrimp. So now that I'm working a different job where I'm home every night and my divorce is almost done, I'll be able to start working on this pig again. But some of the other things I had noticed, if I can get Chris's hands in here, this wiring right here is going to need to be gone through and checked. So we'll be doing a video about that. This is on the passenger side. This is the front wiring loom that I guess does the lights and stuff. So it's definitely saw some issues there that's going to need to be addressed before I put anything back together. So yeah, that's one of the things we're going to be doing. The other things I'm going to be doing, now that I got the front end all tore apart, is the air conditioning condenser is going to be coming out along with most of the rest of the air conditioning stuff. The compressor is staying because I don't have a bypass pulley, but the either receiver dryer or accumulator, whichever that one is going to be coming out. Maybe try to crack open the evaporator box and pull the evaporator out. All the high and low pressure lines, and wherever the receiver dryer may be, I have no idea. I'd have to look for it, but I know it's got to be somewhere around here. Either that's it or that's an accumulator, one of the two. I'm not sure. So that's something I'm going to have to look into, but does have a new radiator in it that I'm going to have to do some work on because that little fitting right there leaks once the engine's warmed up. So I'm thinking that's where I'm probably losing my coolant from. This wiring over here doesn't look too bad. We're still going to have a peek and look at it, make sure it's good. I got my... We found wiring that we have no idea what it does. Yeah, we found that. That's got a dummy plug in it. Don't know what it does. So that's going to be... We're going to figure out that as well. But the next time you see this truck, it'll probably be doorless. Both doors will be off, or it might have the new doors on, just depending on how I feel. So that's going to be the next step here come kind of about a month or so when the weather continues to warm up and we get some comfortable temperatures to work. And
replacing all these lines?
Those, yes, I am going to be replacing all those.
Okay, I'm taking this cap.
I will be replacing all those. Yeah, I know. So, yep, it's going to have, the old doors are going to be off, and the new doors in this clusterfuck of shit's going to be put on. As a matter of fact, the two new doors are right there. There's the fenders.
That the condition of this cab is not as bad as we initially thought.
Actually, yes. If you want to hold the light, so we have some good light. And where's my screwdriver?
Your screwdriver? What that?
Now, I just started working at Technoglass about a month ago, January 2017, and I've learned a lot about auto glass installation. But I thought I would have to do a lot of body work, especially in this area where these rust bubbles are. And tapping that really hard, paint's flaking, but it's good and solid. Good and solid. See, it's just paint chipping. But that's good, solid from what I'm seeing. So a lot of this paint's going to come off. I'm going to grind that down to bare metal and reseal it again, but that's only after I cut the window out. Now I want to try to save this windshield so I don't have to buy another one, but considering I work for an auto glass company, getting another one will be fairly cheap. But it's got a few of these rust spots along the top and down the passenger side A-pillar that are like this. So that's still good and solid. Even right here, that's bubbling rust, but that is still really good metal. See, and you even got this stuff right here, but this door's not even going to be on here. This lower cab corner right here I thought was completely rusted out, but that's poked that really good. That's good and solid.
The other corner on the other side, that's a different story.
Yeah, let's take a gander on over there and look. See, there's my door panels. I'm actually going to be doing a series of videos on how to fix these up, paint them, make them look brand new, along with this new dashboard right here and a lot of these other panels right here, these A-pillar panels and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on how to restore these and make them look brand new. I pulled these out of a junkyard last summer actually, and right before I left my ex-wife, and I'm going to be doing a series on how to do these as well. And I do got a grill in here that I like, but there is some issues with this one. I might not use it. That I'm still debating on. But right here on this cab corner, you can tell there's a big rust hole right here in the door. But look, that is still fairly solid, but it's also got this big ass dent right here. So that's going to have to probably be cut out and replaced. But I'm not too worried about it. Here's some of the damage on the passenger side A-pillar. See, it's poking that. That's good and solid. It's got some bubbling right here and some major bubbling right here in this corner. And this corner molding right here is obviously coming up, and I'm thinking that's where my leaking's coming from. So I do want to cut this out, try to save this glass, but I want to cut it out and clean out all that old, probably butyl was what was used in this, and butyl is not a good windshield sealer. You want to use a good quality urethane. So I can get that stuff from my work, and I'll be able to reinstall this windshield once I get everything cleaned up, and that'll definitely help. So one of the other things I'm also going to be doing while it's tore apart this far, and I'll probably have another camera because I'm using my cell phone, and that's, if you shine the light over here, I'm going to take this cowl cover off the windshield wiper arms, and we're going to get access to this, and we're going to take this out and replace it with a new one that I bought when I bought the truck.
Now, we're probably going to do a video here soon of how to replace one of those in one of these trucks, because if you look over there, that's old Floyd. That is my 89 F250.
And we're going to be doing a series of videos on his truck as well. They're both identical. This one's a 90, so they're two model year newer. Mine's a model year newer, but obviously it's in far worse shape. Nowhere near even close to being road legal in the state of Utah at this point. So, but
the problem with old Floyd sitting out there is its windshield wiper motor went out. I have the replacement, so we're probably going to do a video
on that.
How to replace that.
And then we'll do another video on how to replace the one on old AP here. And you want to know why we call it AP? It says it on the door.
Both these trucks, 89 sitting out there and this 90, used to be part of a fleet for the company in which I work for.
I used to work for them too, but I'm not going to go into that. Now, I'm going to take a crawl under here. This is one thing I haven't done yet, and this is something we discovered as soon as we actually drove the truck over here to the storage shed. And I haven't crawled under here to show you guys.
That's real lovely to...
This is the undercarriage. This is the first time you guys have ever seen the undercarriage of this truck, so... There's the muffler, and yeah, it's a bit rusted, but it's not as rusty as I initially thought it was. So, but one thing I want to show you here is there's your U-joint. And sorry about the poor camera work. Chris, if you want to grab that.
That U-joint is toast, and look at how much that pinion is moving.
Why don't you grab the yoke on the pinion itself, and let's, because that's the U-joint movement I'm seeing there. Let's actually check the pinion yoke. That actually might be loose, Chris. That might not.
No, the nut is tightened down where it's supposed to be, but that pinion, because I can feel it moving around in there, the bearings are shot, which means that pinion is done.
Oh.
Now don't forget, this axle,
Chris, the reason why I'm saying that it might not be the bearings in the pinion is the seal right here has come out and it's moving with the yoke, so that might not be the pinion itself. Because right there, I can clearly see right here in the camera, and any expert will tell you, that's a U-joint movement. Those U-joints are bad. All right, from what I'm seeing is it's the U-joints that are bad. I mean, look at that. That's, you can see the movement right in here on that drive shaft side of the joint. So that's a U-joint right there. As for the yoke itself, I'm not actually entirely sure. This rear end still might be good.
Well, we still need to crack it open,
which is going to be for another video. We'll crack that open. So, yeah, those U-joints definitely need to be replaced. So that's going to be something I'm going to look into doing.
Those bearings are gone.
Yeah, inside the caps here on the U-joint itself, right there.
Which has destroyed the U-joint itself.
Yep. So that joint's going to have to be replaced. Because that is a lot of movement.
And that bad.
And there's my ABS sensor. The wiring got ripped out of it, so that's going to be something I'm going to need to replace. And my sway bar, rear sway bar end links are non-existent.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to change those bearings, but yeah, for sure. I'm looking at this. That's definitely got me second guessing. This differential still might be good. So the only way to really find out is to crack it open and check it. And we'll probably come back here in a little bit, probably here in the next couple weeks or so, and maybe actually do that. I'm actually going to climb out, and I want to get a good look at the cover of this. So, Chris, we're still recording. I'm going to come up front there. I want to have a good look-see at the front cover. Hey, it looks like it's got a new bump stop over here. Hey, look at that. That looks like a nice, shiny new bump stop. But the other side ain't got one.
Yeah, they're not good.
Nope. So this is the cover to this Sterling 10 1/4 full float axle.
You need a light?
No, I actually got plenty of light. And it doesn't look too bad. I mean, the fasteners definitely seem a bit rusted. This actually doesn't look in too bad a shape. I mean, yeah, it's definitely got some rust considering it lived at the beach for a while. So, this actually, it really doesn't look all that bad. Definitely going to crack this open and find out. But I get, Chris, before we crack it open though, we do need to get the fill plug, drain and fill plugs out if it has them. Which, I don't even sure where the hell they're at.
Let's see.
Right there, I see one.
It's a rivet.
They're right there, I see it, it's right there.
Yeah, that's a fill plug.
Yeah, we're going to have to check those out and
see if we can get them out.
Yeah, what's this? That's for the sway bar. Yeah. I got a missing sway bar end link on the passenger side. The brackets are so, yeah.
The bushings on this side are shot.
And actually, Chris, it doesn't really look like my leaf springs are in all that bad a shape. I mean, this one shifted a little bit.
Yeah, and your leaf springs just need to come out, reshift into place. They need to be cleaned up and repainted.
Yeah, well, this side actually still looks fairly good.
Both springs look like they're in pretty good shape, unlike mine.
Yeah, I definitely got some old wiring or something hung up here. I don't know what the hell that's for. But this is the back wiring. Here's old trailer pigtail. This truck did actually come factory with a tow package. It does have factory trailer brakes in it back in 1990. That's actually quite shocking. Here's the soft line that actually looks in fairly good condition.
Yeah, but looks can be deceiving. If that sat for a while, it could have swelled.
It could have, but this line looks in fairly decent shape. So was this hard line coming up to it from the other side. Now the passenger side doesn't look like it's been replaced. This thing is all sorts of rusted. And this is the first time I've actually been under here in a long time. So getting a look at this is actually making me a little bit happy, considering this looks like my what's left of my ABS wiring. That's going to have to be dealt with because this truck did come factory with rear ABS. So, I'll do another video on the front, getting a good look at the front, got a good look at the back. So, that's kind of what's going on here. And hopefully here soon I'll be out of an apartment with my new fiance and into a house and probably be able to do some more extensive work to it. So be safe, have fun, enjoy your truck. We'll see you on the other side.